do you turn the camera around? There we go. All right. The heck did that just say? All right. We're going to check out the Universal Audio's new synthesizer called Anthem. Let's just see here. We will get all hooked up. Got the Universal Audio synth called Anthem, and I guess we're going to do it live because YouTube says I can make more money if I go live. So, all right. I like money, though. All right. Let's just get this all set up. Hey, Harry, want to die? Damn, Unc, it's been a long time. Yeah, man. Just thinking about you, wondering if you'd jump in. And I still got something here for you. And I'm hoping this postal thing is not going to happen. I'm still just kind of waiting it out, man. Nice to have you log in tonight. We're checking out Universal Audio's brand new Anthem analog synth. Hopefully the camera can kind of see that. I don't think I can make it any bigger. Harry Wanna Die says, I'm gonna catch up in 30 minutes at the gym right now. Yeah, that's cool, man. And if I don't, dude, like I said, when this postal strike thing clears, I will get a hold of you. Make sure your address is still your address, and I'll send this package out. Vic the Synth Guy says, good luck with the money part. The money part? Oh, because I'm rich now, right? Oh, there's more to that, Vic the Synth. Reverb ganked my ad. I wasn't able to sell my Centaur, so I still have no money. But hey, we're checking out Anthem, the analog synth. Let's check this thing out. Well, it's immediately not what I thought. I like it better than I thought I would already. I'm just doing this on a 15-day trial. I didn't buy this. And what can we say about it? Let's just zoom back and take a look at my... Vic the Synth says, truly keeping individual sellers down, always attacking the little guy. I know. What's it come to when a guy like me can't scalp a pedal these days? I'm just trying to take a $100 pedal and jack the price up 200%, or up to $2,000. What's it come to? I can't scalp pedals no more. All right, so here's my setup. Currently, I've got an Arturia key step. It is just USB'd into the Mac, and I got the Apollo going, and we're going to take a look at the Universal Audio Anthem that I have on a 15-day trial. Let's get some volume here. So I just opened it up. This is the preset it starts with. So that's just a preset or a sequence that I've got on my Arturia 37. Some silly little kid sequence. Vic says, I bet you can get close to the Beverly Hills Cop theme with that. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I wish I knew how to play that Axel F. I don't know how to play that, man. But yeah, that's pretty close, isn't it? Let's see what we got for presets. Looks like there are a lot. That's one thing Universal Audio is good at, is tons of presets. Hey, Vic the Synth, remind me, do you do the computer thing, or are you all DAW-less off the computer? Remind me. Hit this first preset called Actuator. Let's hear Actuator while we wait for Vic the Synth to respond. I do both. Okay, cool. This is just some silly sequence I made up. It almost sounds like popcorn, that dun 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 dun. Where's my filter here? See if I can find my filter. Here it is. Hey Vic, I missed what you said. Just say anything at all and it'll come back on my little screen here. The filter is no Moog filter, I can tell you that. Let's try this one's called Aeroplane. All right, next one's called Alarmist. Ooh, that's scary. Vic says, been using Ableton version 8, used the Fruity Loops before I knew better. I put that. I used Ableton since version 8, used Fruity Loops before I knew better. Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've went to Fruity Loops, maybe frickin' 2003. It's been a long time. I've just not needed a program like that. This preset is called Alarmist, and it is alarming. Check this out. Play the sequence. We'll just slow it down a little bit. That is very sharp and piercing. The next one's called Ambient Drive. So we'll just do some ambient drive here. It says, sounds like something that Prodigy would use. Yeah. I'm not telling anybody to go buy this. I'm not affiliated with UA, but I'm legitimately more impressed than I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to load this thing and hate it, but it is pretty cool and it's useful. Having said that, I don't believe at this point that I will buy this. This preset is called Android Metal. Although that's super cool. I may buy it just for that sound. All right, the next preset is called Angelica. Let's hear that. Yeah, I get it. All right, the next preset is called Anthem Start. So I think this is the one that the program starts with. Let's hear it again. Are We Square? This is the next preset. Let's hear Are We Square? So obviously we're doing square waves, which is, it doesn't even, is that a square wave? All right, and we'll go to Astral Saws. All right, Avenger bass. Let's hear Avenger bass. Not sure how that's bass. Just notice all these effects. Let's go through the areas here really quick. So we've got two oscillators very nicely laid out, coarse and fine. And then, oh, there's our shapes there. Okay, so it was Avenger when it was square. Let's go back to, Are We Square? Oh, yeah, okay, here's where it's square. The shapes I was pointing at were, I don't even see them now. Oh, over here, the LFO shape. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the preset we were on, which is Avenger bass. Two oscillators, a mixer, our noise, pink and white. It's got all the things you would want on any synthesizer: a pitch mod, chorus effects, phaser flanger, flanger warble, space effects. I'm guessing that's delay and reverb. Voice, I'm not sure what that does. An LFO, filter envelope, and amplitude envelope, and the big filter. Oh, and it's got its own secret. This thing is really cool. I did not expect this to be this cool. I probably will not buy it. I'm more of a hardware synthesizer guy, but it is cool. All right, this is called Axolotl. Let's hit it. I just turned the chorus off. All right, this one's called Bee Sting. Let's hear it. Sounds very pipe organy. This one's called Bonhoff Fire. Let's hear it. All right, next one's called Borrow Ring. Let's hear that. Interesting ring modulation. I guess that's where we're getting this warble. This warble effect must be like a ring modulation kind of thing. Next one's called Bass Snarl. Let's hear it. Sounds really cool. I don't think the phone camera here is going to do it justice. I just noticed these lighting up. And I also just noticed that these are very ARP-like. It's taken its the little slideys from an ARP. I do like this instrument. I would prefer it was a real thing that I could buy as opposed to being on the computer, but it is cool. Bassomatic, let's hear that. And let's try to make it sound more like a bass. I don't know how much the phone can pick that up. All right, bass whiz, let's hear it. Put some chorus on it. All right. Victor Synth says there was this one bit of hardware that I remember could load VSTs. I think it was called the Virus TI. That is cool. I don't think I knew that. That sounds amazing to me. I'm gonna have to look into that. Can you imagine? Oh man, that is super cool, Vic. I'll have to check into that. Bell tolls. Let's hear it. Yeah, it sounds like fake simulated metal bells. Bender bass. Let's hear it. There you go. There's a minimalist little plug-in like a Moog. Not a lot dialed in here. Let's listen to this for a minute. I like this thing. I'm just not super into soft synths. Big glide bass. Let's drop an octave and hear it. I said drop an octave. Let me just play it for playing it and see where we get here. Let's see. A lot of glide. It's a heck of a lot of glide to be dealing with there. I wonder how we can fix that glide. Chorus mod, voice, glide. I can take the glide down here. Hey, Harry Wanna Die says, what have you been up to lately, Unk? Just fighting with gear companies and trying to get my warranty fixed up on my board and buying stuff and kind of looking at houses, all kinds of stuff. Harry, what about you? There we go. I fixed the glide. It's a very workable, usable synth with a ton of presets. This one's called Big Loudmouth. Harry Doing Today says, I changed 3 jobs in a month. Oof, that sounds brutal. I don't know how you guys that live up there even survive, to be honest. It's unreal. I would move up there if I just don't understand how you guys pay your rent. Jungly preset called Big Loudmouth. This one's called Broken DX. So that's kind of cool. That's an old school telephone synthy sound that that's usable, workable. Bubble bass. Let's see what bubble bass sounds like when the sequencer. Oof. It's got some LFO movement to it. All right, what we got next? Bubbling sulfur. Let's hear that on the sequencer. I'm kind of loving this thing. I thought I would hate it right off the bat. I'm kind of loving a lot of the sounds. All right, bubbly riser. Let's hear it. Oof. Vic says, I believe the Roland System A can load VSTs also to the point it called a plug-out synthesizer. However, given Roland and their magical cloud, I doubt they'll let you use any VST. Yeah, that's a good point. It could be a closed system. I'm interested in this concept, though. This whole load VSTIs in a piece of hardware. Are you kidding me? That's an infinite synth, you know? And, you know, if this virus thing that you're talking about exists, I mean, I think we could probably get them used, right? Called bug spray. Like, trust me, Vic, I'll be looking for one tomorrow. Like, that's very interesting to me, to be able to put whatever soft synth I want in a piece of hardware and just take it away, you know, like go play it under an apple tree. Yes, please. Now this is called Buzzsaw Bass, and it's obviously a very simple bare bones synth patch. Let's just hear it for a minute. All right, this one's called Camera. Let's hear it. All right, this one's called Cassette Strings. All right, this is called Cat Synth Outer Space. Name like that, we're going to have pretty high hopes for this thing. Let's hear it. Well, I'm loving that. All right, let's play some Cat Synth Outer Space. Meow. 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 That would never not be not annoying. All right, what we got next here? We've got Catatonic. More cats, please. Let's hit it. That is not very cat-like, if you ask me. The next one's called Catherine Wheel. Did we lose Harry? Harry, you still there? don't know why they called that Catherine Wheel. They should have called that Space Diarrhea. All right, Cats in Bloom. That's usable as is. It's called Chest Thumper Sub Kick. Yeah, they're going to hear that upstairs. You can't tell how loud it is on my camera, but that was definitely a chest thumper. This is called Chiptune 1. Let's hear it. Very cool. It sounds like Nintendo 8-bit synth. Chiptune 2. 3, I should say. Very cool. This is showing off like it's retro Atari 8-bit, 4-bit stuff. All right, the next one's Cordova. The next one's called Claremont. Next one's called Coming to Get You. The next one's called Constellation Mirage. It sounds fantastic, this thing. The next is called Control Me. A lot of pongy delay there. Confuses the notes. All right, this is called Creature Follower. Next one's called Crickets. All right, the next one's called Crimson Cascade. Very 80s. The next one's called Crunch Bells. Vic says, okay, just check to clarify the virus TI was able to emulate any VST or actual synth provided. Do you some mess with the firmware and provided it was based on the... okay, sorry, Vic, I missed that. I will check that out later, though. I just have a little screen to read my chat on this phone, but it looks like you're making some headway, so that's good news. From what I read there, Vic, it looked like you found some information out, but there was some limitations. This is Dark Square Pulse. I could use that. This is called Death Techno. This is called Deep Down Sub Bass. Whoa, that's going to blow my... I know you guys can't tell how loud things are through the video, but that was pretty darn loud here. This is called Deep Ground Kick. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Vic, yeah, so not as good ride reaching as I thought, but good for classics. There's Arturia Astrolabe that can do all Arturia's V collection. Shoot, I missed that, dude. But this is good information. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna be looking into it tomorrow. You know, I didn't know about this stuff, Vic. You know, like it's the best of both worlds if you think about it. You probably just cost me a ton of money. So that was called Deeper Unity. This one's called Defiant Bass. This one's called Depth Charge Bass. All right, now we got Death Ray. I cost myself money by knowledge given. I just accidentally bought the Moog the other day. Which Moog did you buy? Hey, Warheart. I'm Thumb from Warheart Arts is here. Hey, buddy. We're just checking out this Anthem Synth. I know this probably isn't your bag, Warheart, but I got a 15-day free trial, which anybody can get from Universal Audio. Dirt Bike Devil. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Disco Tom. That new messenger they made, had to make a video on how to fix it because quality control is hard nowadays. That new messenger they made. Messenger. Is that a synth by... I'm out of the loop on that, Vic. You'll have to explain that one to me. This thing is like cheating. I mean, these presets are like complete pads ready to go. This is called Disgusting Bass. All right, this one's called Dreadnought. Oh, it's Moog's newest synth, the synth company Moog, not the store Moog. Oh, yeah, okay. So you got the, oh, yeah, the Moog Messenger. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So, Vic, you got one. And sorry, are you saying there was a problem with it? Or are you saying it cost you money because you bought it? It's called Dub Siren. This is called Dusseldorf. Very bare bones, basic, classic synth, just to show you that this software can do that. This thing looks like it covers everything from 1960 on. I thought it would be just very modern, but they do go back to like Moog and oh, I'm struggling to with the West Coast synth stuff, and as well 4-bit Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo. This is called Early Dawn. All right, Echo. Vic says, accidentally costing money because I bought it, but did not have a problem where I didn't load all the software on it, where the 16 banks, you get all bank and one half of bank too in terms of presets they're supposed to load. Weird. I don't know anything about the Moog Messenger. It did not look like, oh yeah, Fly Like an Eagle. Yeah, for sure. Let's hit that again. That last one, I think, were hurt. Yeah, I don't know what'll happen to Moog now that it's been bought and sold by that big company. This is Electro Bass. This is called Empty Fields, probably a pad. We'll check it out. After I put my own fix for the software, I looked into the forums. It turns out there was a widespread problem. What a mess. Yeah, it sounds like it. Jeez. And this is one of the, maybe the second moves for that company since they bought Moog. So that's not a good look, Check this pad out, though. I mean, you could write your own indie movie with just this pad. Check it out. In your indie movie, this is the bicycle scene where they just found out that they have to move to grandma's for the summer, so they get on the bicycle all ferociously mad. Interstellar 2. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking more like I wasn't thinking a space movie. I was thinking more like a Napoleon Dynamite. But yeah, for sure, I get it. Euphoric mod wheel. Let's hit it, then let's play with the mod wheel. It seems like I'm really doing something, but I'm not. I'm just pressing buttons. This preset is called Extractor. Okay, I know I've said it 5 times. I set out to hate this synth. I was going to load this up and go, this sucks. I hate this, but I like it. I'm probably not going to buy it, but I like it. All right, let's hit it again. Warheart says, hey, Quest, these sounds make no sense to me. Just kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Faded Roses. Let's hit this. Why are you playing horror music? Harry says. Hey, Harry, we're just we're going through the presets that they give you with this computer synthesizer. Victor Synth says, my problem with the missing software with Moog build this is the preset ready synth, putting in the ads manual. It comes with 256 presets and then not even having them installed. Yeah, that's a bummer move, man. It's not a good move. Second or third thing that they've done. Warheart says Friday the 13th was last week. Yeah, no kidding. This is called Faded Roses. Sounds scary. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Harry, I don't know if you're on. I was saying you could write an indie movie and just like your soundtrack's all set. You don't really have to hire a guy. It's all here. This is called Fall Bass Bomb. This is called Fall Off the Shelf. This is called Fat Mellow Bass. So for any of you that don't know synth very well, I mean, I don't know synth very well, but this is like old school, simple, minimalistic synth when they do this kind of thing. Let's hear this again. Sounds scary. Casino tone, yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Nothing wrong with a casino. Fault lines bass, let's hear it. Oh, cool. Yeah, you know what? I said this wasn't your kind of thing because it's on a computer, but I think if you had this as a hardware, this is probably very much your kind of thing. Am I wrong? It's called Feed Bag. This is called Figus Laser. Sounds like a Figus Laser to me. This is called Fivolicious. There's your 80s movies, or your what's that new scary movie with that was on Netflix a couple years ago with the Upside Down. Someone will tell me. Flam Me Four Claps, this preset is called. Oh, cool. So this synth does percussion. It really does do it all. Stranger Things. That's it. Stranger Things. Thank you, Warheart. Flototron. Oh, that's cool. That's very fluty, almost like Mellotron. Like, let's hear that. Let's drop an octave and hear it. You guys remember the National Geographic videos you used to watch in science class? The iceberg is the most ferocious mammal in North America. The iceberg eats 3 times a week. Do not turn your back on an iceberg. It will kill you and your entire family. That's exactly that 70s National Geographic education video tone. This is called Flyby. Ooh. Back in the USSR. So it's got the White Album airplane noise built in. This is called Forgiven Planet. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I could use that. This is called Full Stop. Unsa, 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 unsa. All right. This is called Funkiffled. This synth does everything. I mean, there isn't a synth sound you could ask for at this point. This is called Giant Wasps. Honestly, Styrus on Fruity Loops does all this. Oh, okay. Harry wanted I says, dog, it is too hot today. Well, Harry, I can only imagine. I don't know what you do for a living, but it sounds like you were out in it today. So, Warheart, so do you use computer synths then? Wasn't working today. Oh, okay. Telling me I live in the desert and work outdoors because I'm a fool. Yeah, there's something I envy about your job, Warheart, and especially your location. I work in an air-conditioned office, but I spend most of my time trying to dodge bureaucracy, social situations, and meetings. Warheart says, I was mad sweating in the gym. Oh, yeah, and ran out of deodorant. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you did say you're at the gym. I live in a swamp, so we get the fun days of 100% humidity. Yeah, that's crazy. We live in a really nerfy part of the world in southwestern Ontario. There are no animals that can kill us. We can run barefoot through the grass. We can jump in any body of water. Like, God put me, in the nerfiest, safest part of the entire world. I can jump in any body of water, run through the grass barefoot, run into a forest. I mean, the most dangerous thing we have up here is a deer tick. Our snakes aren't even poisonous. Our city raccoons are kind of tough, though. They have knives, and they'll cut a sucker. Or so I'm told. Yeah, we got these raccoons that hang out in the bigger cities. You guys, well, you know, Harry, you've seen raccoons in Toronto, right? Like, those things go down the street with everybody else, smoking a cigar. Harry says there's nothing better than a cold shower in summer. Yeah, that's true. Harry, you get them Toronto raccoons walking down the street, tipping trash cans upside down. Hanger bass. We have coyotes. We do have that, Numb Thumb. We have coyotes here, and lots of them, but you never see them. Because I used to work in Alaska, that was always fun seeing giant moose ready to attack all the time. Yeah, I hear moose are like assholes. Oh, Harry says there are many in my neighborhood. Yeah, you know what? I got possums here too. You don't see them very much, but the city raccoons, yeah, they're tough, man. I've never been to Arizona. I wish. Oh, rabbits too. Yeah, Harry, we got rabbits, squirrels, chipmunks down here in the city. But Warheart, I've never been to Arizona, but I'm into Texas, man, and like we got bit by them ants. Vic says they are considered more lethal than bears there. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Moose are jerks. Those mooses are jerks. Mises. Moose-eye. Yeah, I went to Texas. There's freaking signs at the Walmart parking lot. Beware of snakes and alligators. There's commercial signs in the Walmart parking lot that say beware of the snakes and the alligators. Like, you have no idea when you live in a nerfy, safe part of the world like I do how weird that is. I was almost stung by jellyfish. I was surrounded. Harry says, but I don't see stray cats in my neighborhood. If I see one, I'ma steal it. Oh, I know you like the cats. I know you like the kitty cats. Hey, Harry, that thing I'm going to mail you, that surprise, I'm just going to ruin a little bit and say it's a little bit kitty themed, all right? Now you're going to be looking forward to it. Let's do this, Harry. If the postal people don't strike by, say, the weekend, I'll mail that thing to you on Monday. And if it gets lost in mail strike land, whatever, I'll have another one done for you. Vic says the alligators here love marshmallows. Oh, man, that's a bit creepy, Vic. Those things freak me out, man. I love that Swamp People show, though. Harry says, you sound like a diva when you said alligators. Yeah, well. Harry, I went to a Walmart parking lot in Texas, and there was a sign that said, beware the snakes and alligators. Like, that is madness. That's a part of the Matrix that was not supposed to be rendered in my consciousness. Ever. My son and I jumped in the Gulf of Mexico down in, Warhart says, waiter, there's an alligator in my soup. Hey, Warhart, what's that weird little peninsula from off of just south of Houston that got wiped out by that hurricane? Slay, girl, slay. Harrisburg? No, that's in Pennsylvania. Galveston. My son and I went down to Galveston. We jumped in the Gulf of Mexico, and I looked around, and I'm like, how come no one else is swimming? Me and my son just jumped. We seen water, and we're like, jump in the water. How come nobody else is swimming? Well, we got surrounded by like 300, it looked like purple condoms or garbage bags in the water. I'd never seen this. And damn dog, we got mosquitoes in this biatch. I was surrounded by these purple bags, you know, they look like condoms in the water. Freaking surrounded by jellyfish. Somehow my son and I did not get stung. Hive mind. Dang, we're only in the H's. Holding on. Warhart says that's a multi-annual occurrence. Usually hurricane floods in Texas. What's the occurrence? The hurricanes or the jellyfish? Horsehair pad. If you're just joining us now, we're talking about snakes and alligators and jellyfish, and we're looking at the Universal Audio Anthem Analog Synthesizer. I just got the free demo for 14, 15 days, which anyone can do. Warhart says they're falling sea life. Harry says there's a guy at my work that looks like what you would look like in your 30s. Okay. You should see me in my 40s. I look rather destroyed. Remember the last time I got ID'd for alcohol? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Can you not see how soullessly devastated life has made me? Do you not see the sadness and the terribleness of this? All right, next preset is called Infinity Mirror. Yeah, this synth just does everything. Okay, this is called Init. I'm hoping this preset truly inits all the controls. Let's hit it. I'm not expecting much to happen here. Vic says, you just got to buy a plastic bottle of gin and you'll never get ID'd as nobody young has given up that bad. That's hilarious. I made a Chinese friend. Oh, that's cool. For real, Harry? This, I look like Harry Potter. Well, I guess. In it. So now we're back to bare bones, minimalistic, basic, old school Moog. Just using a, what is that? The square wave? No, it's not. It's just the sine. It's not the sine wave. I don't know which wave that is. Triangle wave. Let's hit it. Well, sounds like Donkey Kong or Pac-Man. This is called In Your Bones bass. I hope it doesn't blow my face off. Warhart says, what's the CPU drag? On the Mac. Not much, man. She's pretty light. I suppose I'm using it in Reaper. It's not dragging the CPU at all, man. This thing is optimized. Oh, 31% of the CPU, so says this thing, but it's an M1 chip on the Mac. I don't know. The M1 chip's pretty efficient. I'm not feeling it. I'll tell you that, Warheart. I'm not feeling the strain on the CPU. What's your PC specifications? I'm using one of these little Mac Minis, so the PC specifications are sort of hard to quantify. Oh, what's your PC? So this is an M1. I think it's got 8 gigs of RAM, 256 storage. You kind of buy these as an appliance, right? You don't do a lot of customization on a Mac Mini. Rich Unk. No, man. Harry, these are like $500, man. Like a Mac Mini is pretty cheap. You can walk into Best Buy and walk out with like $500-600. And they're just ready to go, and they don't get viruses, and you don't got to deal with Microsoft looking at you through your camera as Bill Gates looks at you through your camera and sweats. The new M4 seems amazing. Yeah, Warheart, I had one carted up, man. I stopped short of clicking the button, but I had one carted up last week. Windows 11, one of the requirements to Windows 11 was going to be front-facing camera. Like, you have to have a front-facing camera. And I just think this so that Bill Gates can look at you, and he's just like, I see you, peasant. They say Bill Gates doesn't have a lot to do with Microsoft anymore. He's not in the office day to day. So how does he keep picking up these sexual assault harassment charges then? If Bill Gates isn't in the Microsoft office every day, how does he keep picking up the new sexual harassment charges? I mean, he's got to be there long enough to sexually harass people. So it kind of sounds like he's there, you know. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Full Blast, how's it going? We're just talking about online harassment. Oh, that could be, yeah. Maybe Bill Gates is online harassing people. That's the Microsoft AI. Yeah, that's a feature, not a bug. Hey, Full Blast. We're just talking about the dirty deeds of Bill Gates, and we're talking about Universal Audio's new Anthem Synth, which I got as a demo for 14 days. I think I'm not special. Anyone can get it. Anyone can try it out. Let's try Canine Acid, the preset. Well, that's something. All right, Key to the Scullery. This preset is called Key to the Scullery. That's another one of these National Geographic science movies from the 70s. Key to the Scullery. If you ever come across an aardvark, do not attempt to steal their treasure. An aardvark's treasure is very special. Harry One Day says, I'm going to learn to speak French and move to Montreal. Oh, sacre bleu. All right, Kick Beater, let's hear it. You really want to do that, Harry? Actually, you know what? Montreal's probably pretty cool. This is called Kick Nether. Night Doctor. Okay, that's super cool. Let's play this one for a little bit. Parlez-vous français? Je ne parle pas français. Non. Pas. Let's see what else we got. Harry, parlez-vous français? Do they teach that in high schools or some she over here? Yeah, you know, you go through it. You start in grade 4 and you learn nothing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you learn nothing. Then you do a grade 9 and you learn nothing. And then you learn grade 10 and you learn nothing. So like most of the Canadian education system, it's just sort of window dressing. It's like a North Korean grocery store. It's all just painted on. But if you move the plywood, there's nothing back there. There's nothing going on. So I passed. Hey, I'm a graduate. I graduated grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 French, grade 9 French. I got grade 10 French, buddy. And I don't know none of it. So that's the Canadian education system for you in a nutshell. Warhart says, yes, some high schools teach French in the USA. Yeah, I would imagine. Probably a lot of Spanish too, right? I would think Spanish would be more useful than French. I mean, in the world, there's France, and then there's Quebec. Like, at least Spanish is more broadly distributed. Way more Spanish. Yeah, exactly. All of South America, which I would love to go to. And you got your Mexico, then you got, a good, 25% of the US, and then you got Spain, right? First thing they learn, Harry, when you're teaching French in grade 4 is a classic French move. You get a ruler out and you like a yardstick kind of thing, and you put a white flag on it. And you learn how to surrender. That's the first French move they teach you, because the French are really good at that. Oh, that's weird, Warhart. They should, obviously Spanish is way more needed. Mexico. Don't you love that? I know a Spain Spaniard, and he gets pissed when I use American Spanish, as he says it's not the same. Well, yeah, and then there's Canadian French, which I guess sounds like a bunch of uneducated people, like the snotty French people will tell you that the Canadian French sound like they're a bunch of uneducated turnip heads. I am yes, Spanish in Spain is called Castilian. I did not know that, Warhart. My grandmother was, and who I knew very well, and she was from around here. She was full French. So I'm like 1/16 French or something like that. That's the same when I use Cajun French on real French. Yeah, there's different dialects, right? I forgot. You know what? I forgot about Louisiana. Now they push it on us up here in Canada. We do grade 4 to 8, and then 9 is mandatory. I think 10 might be mandatory, and then people can go 11, 12. And hey, I graduated it. Feels like the life I need is a little distant. I am a graduate of grade 10 French. Congratulate me. I can't speak French. That's how good it is. That's how good the education system is around here. The last 2 years of high school, grade 11 and 12, I didn't even have a binder or pencils. There was nothing in my locker. I'd come to school for my 4 classes a day, 2 semesters. I didn't have a binder or pens or pencils. I just wandered around, and I graduated with good marks. I'm not smart. The education system is just that crap. We homeschool my daughter, and she smokes like her cousins, because their cousins are public school educated. My daughter can read novels, and these older kids can't even read. If you're just joining us now, we're checking out Universal Audio's Anthem analog synthesizer. I turned it on. I thought I would hate it, but I love it. But I probably won't buy it because I don't want another computer synth. All right, this is Lumberjack 2. That's pretty cool. What's the review for homeschooling? Review in terms of what do I think about it, Harry? I think it's the way to go, man. There's Khan Academy, which I hate to admit, Bill Gates had a big part funding. So thank you to Bill Gates for funding Khan Academy. Basically, someone can go from preschool to university for free in the privacy of their own home, and all they need is a Chromebook, or a laptop. It's called Khan Academy. It's amazing. It'll take you from learning what a triangle and a circle and a square, and 1 + 1 is 2, in some circles 1 + 1 still equals 2, and it will take you all the way to university, all the way to through science and art history and calculus and everything, and they explain it so well that even a dummy like me can understand it. So I love Khan Academy. It's free. It's KHAN Academy.com, Sal Khan. And yeah, Bill Gates did fund it in the early days, but it completely replaces the education system. Social life. Well, Harry, these days, I don't really want my daughter in a school, to tell you the truth. If you're talking social life, word, Khan, social life. Harry, you know what it's like in them classrooms. Kids chucking desks and drugs, and they're talking about drag queens to the 5-year-olds. I don't really want my daughter in the public school system at this moment. Maybe if it was a country school, but not a city school. So social life, she still has a social life. She has friends. She hangs out with a lot of Mennonites, because as you can imagine, Mennonites homeschool a lot, right? And those are great kids. They hunt, they fish, they cook. Yeah, I feel you. It's dangerous nowadays. Exactly. So my daughter has a bunch of Mennonite friends and, people that used to be Mennonites. So those are great kids for her to hang around with. Very wholesome kids. Harry, you don't know if you'll have kids or not. Yeah, you're a young dude. You may have kids next year. You don't know. You may have kids in 2 years. Vic says, if it were ever possible for me to have kids, I always said I'd homeschool them, given how far education fits this. Yeah, exactly. And you look at the trillions that we put into it. It's like the healthcare here in Canada. We put in trillions and get nothing back. If I were to go to the hospital right now, I'd sit for 12 hours. Good luck getting any healthcare. We've got that medical assistance in dying, and they push that on people. It's like, hey, I'm a war vet and I got PTSD and I'm having a rough time and I can't pay my bills. And they're like, well, we have medical assistance in dying. You can sit in the pod and hit the button and see you later, So we've got that. Oh, but you got to have a COVID shot first, though. You can't get medically assisted instructions in death, or whatever it's called, without the free dental care. I don't use it, dude, because I have benefits, right? And I go to the dentist once every 3 years. I've never had a cavity in my life. And I know people do and they need it, but I don't know. The dental was better in the 80s, to be honest. All the medical system, the education, everything was better in the 1980s. Is healthcare free in Canada? It is. You know why it's free? Because it's not worth anything. Vic says the VA does made here by just being really slow with everything. Yeah, it's like an implied maid, huh? I wanted the free eye care. Did you get the free eye care, Harry? Dog, I want to get the LASIK done. Yeah, no doubt. I wear glasses too, Harry. It'd be nice. I think it's like, what is it, $5,000 now? I'd like to get my freaking hair done. If you're just joining us now, we're checking out Universal Audio's Anthem Synth. It's super awesome. I love it. I thought I would hate it, but I really love it. And we're complaining about lots of stuff. So this is a pretty classic synth sound. Vic, shoot, Vic. Sorry, I lost your comment, buddy. I'll see it the next time you say something. This is called Menschner. I probably won't use that for anything. This is called Metal Hurts. I know someone it went bad. Oh, the LASIK. LASIK freaks me out still with the whole shooting lasers into your eyes and hoping they don't miss. Yeah, so I knew a father-son, Mike Sr. and Mike Jr. And apparently they both went in for LASIK and somehow their clipboards got swapped because they went in the same. Oh, geez, she has one eye now. Oh, my God. So these two mics went in. Yeah, plus I only qualify for the VA stuff, so I ain't risking that. The two mics, their clipboards got switched because his father's son, same operation, going into the operation the same day. Clipboards get swapped, so they both get screwed over. Harry says, at this point, I'm going to take the risk. Yeah, sure, there's lots of people, it goes fine for. That Dr. Tafor, he's supposed to be famous. Is he in Detroit, Dr. Tafor? Unbelievable. Yeah, no crap. How does that happen? Warheart. Vic says, along with the whole my vision loss being brain damage related, so I don't know if LASIK could fix that. Yeah, who knows, dude? It could be like freaking receptors. It could be your your wiring behind the eyeball. Who knows? This preset's called Midlands. Full blast. You still with us? You're quiet. All right, this is called Moonbase. That is awesome. That sounds like He-Man effects. Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to make sure you're still with us. A full blast. Haven't heard from you for a while, but I haven't been live for like a month. I've been so busy. Life ain't fun without the risk. Let's go. Hey, Harry, I want to get my hair done, man. I went to one of them hair doctors, I'm bald at the back and the top. And he measured my head and all that, and he was going to cut a strip of hair out of the back of my head. That's what they do. So just so you guys know, they cut a strip out of the back. So for $15,000, anyone can get this done. They cut a strip of your skin off the back of your head, right? Right? And then they pinch you and sew that up. So now your face is tight, like free Botox kind of. And then they go to a lab and they pick those live hairs out. And then you sit in a chair and either the doctor by hand or a robot puts them in the bald where you're bald, right? And it goes and repopulates it. Staple your ass to your skull. Go to Turkey at this point. Yeah. I know Turkey does it cheap. I'm tempted, dude. And then, right. And then your hair, it grows for a little bit and then it all falls out. And then it knows how to grow. Going to cost you less bands. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, because it's $15,000 in Canada, and I think that same operation in Turkey is like $5-6 grand. Plus, you have to join the Taliban for a year. Anyway, I was going to get it done, and my doctor was this cool hair doctor dude with lasers and robots and crap, and the guy died. He was healthier than I was, and the guy up and died, so... Anyway, this is called Mouth of the Demon. Yeah, you do. Yeah, full blast. That could buy a lot of gear. No kidding. Yeah, just shave my head and buy a lot of gear. All that hair stuff is crazy with how much money it is. Yeah. There's another one too where they can take big syringes of your blood and blood syringe your head. And somehow your bald head's just like, hey, thanks for the blood. Maybe I'll grow some hair now. Same with the business of hearing loss. Well, that I don't know about, Vic. I've had tubes in my ears, but I've never had to look into any kind of ear surgeries. Some great sounds in these presets. This one's called Must Have Saws. So that's an old school saw synth. Warheart says, I'm concerned about that. Oh, the hearing loss. Yeah, I mean, some of us have been to some concerts, right? Hey, Warheart, do your ears ring? I have a ringing in my both ears. It's not bad or constant, but I do have it. Called Nasty Back. Tinnitus. Yeah, I suppose that's what it is, right, Warheart? Vic says, yeah, I've been having to deal with it after my service. It's a lot of fun with all the ear issues I got. So, Vic, it sounds like you were, you got out of the service pretty janked up, huh? Toronto in September. Yeah, maybe. What's going on in Toronto in September? Great presets out of this Anthem analog synthesizer. Let's play that one a little bit. Warheart says, "Yep, from cymbals and such in a small space for a few years." Yeah, I hear that, man. Or you go to the wrong concert and you're screwed. It says average life as an 11B. Average life is an 11B. Sorry, Vic, I don't know what 11B is, man. Oh, okay, Army Infantry. Did you drop out of an airplane in a chute, Vic? Let's see. Yeah, I did Airborne too. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Oh, I'll buy you a ticket, Harry. Harry, is that Suicide Boys? Warheart says, "I was commenting with Dave Ratt, the famous sound guy." I don't know who that is, Warheart. Hey, Warheart was in the infantry too. He was in the Warheart was in the KISS Army. Occultist keys. Where's it at, Harry? I hate Toronto, but maybe I'll take you up on that. Where's it at? Like, how deep into Toronto are we talking? If it's Mississauga, I might take you up on that. The Metal Militia. You weren't in the KISS Army? What was Dio's army called? If you were a Dio guy. This is called One Brain. Before your time. Yeah, I suppose it was before my time too. Oh, Harry, downtown Toronto. Dude, I don't know. I guess I could take the train. I think the train can drop you off down there, right? I swore I would never drive my car downtown Toronto again. The problem with driving downtown Toronto is people from Toronto are largely morons. And no one should drive there for any reason. If you value your life, the life of your family, or your automobile. Toronto is the asshole of Canada. Vic says, "What's fun with all my mess is my head. It lets me write some really wacky stuff." Well, there you go. You got your, what's that middle eye that looks like the Egyptian thing? Your pineal gland working overtime, creating DMT blasts throughout your conscious experience and letting you be more creative, maybe. Maybe that's the side effect of getting out of the Army. This is called Pad Subtle Driver. This synth really does it all. This is called Palindrome. What is a palindrome? Is that like a man, a can, a plan? A man, a can, a plan? Is that a palindrome? Is that a palindrome, or am I just rhyming words? This is called Pan Me One Way. Oh, Toronto's your New Jersey. It's probably worse, Warheart. I'd rather go to New Jersey. Where are you whereabouts? Me or Warheart? Oh, Vic, you're in Chicago? I thought you were down in the swamps. More like LA. Yeah, no, yeah, that's more accurate. Pawn Shop Laser, that's kind of cool. This is called Personal Spaced. Nah, I was saying that's what Toronto would be more like. Oh, Chicago, right. Yeah, Warheart's in Arizona. Oh, me? I'm down in southwestern Ontario-ish. I don't really reveal my whole location because I fight with so many people on YouTube. You know that I would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I were to say to you, nobody should go to Toronto. Nobody should go to Toronto. Nobody should go to Toronto. How far a drive is Toronto for me? About 2.5, Harry. I'm sure the train would cut it down to 2, but you have to stop for the stabbings and the corner has to come and all that stuff. This is called Peter Has Soft Feet. Absolutely, you could rate it. Oh, so enough. No, I'm not that far from Toronto, man. It's just, you know, once you get to Toronto, it takes forever to do anything. I don't have to tell you, you know. Your commute to work must be hell. So you don't even need a hotel. No, not technically. I'm going to stay at Hotel Harry. Thought you'd be in some mundane Vancouver. No, I've never been out there, man. That's too expensive for me. Pretty warm is an understatement. Yeah, we're literally in the desert. Like, how far is Death Valley from your place, Warhurt? That's a wrong state, right? Death Valley, wrong state. It's called Pong. Listen to that. How old school that is. That's like Atari Commodore 64 stuff. Perfectly done. This is called Pretty. Geez, Vic, you've been everywhere, man. Oh, Death Valley's in California is extra hot because it's below sea level. Oh, crazy. I didn't know that. I'm going to see you all after the show. All right. Hey, Harry, if I'm not online after you're out, I'll talk to you later, man. I'll mail you that thing. And yeah, I'll think about Toronto in September. Frick, I don't want to go to Toronto. I'll think about it, though. How's that? There's one thing I know about Toronto. And that is, don't go to Toronto. This preset's called Per Little One. Oh, Warheart says we use Fahrenheit though. Yeah, we use them both, and therefore don't know either of them. They really screwed that up for us up here. Radio Venus. Such cool presets right out of the box in this thing. Randomatic. The tourist committee for Death Valley must have a hell of a time, because they're just like, well, we want people to come, but your predisposition is sort of in the name Death Valley. It's called Red Sunrise. It's not really a valley of death, although it has both things. Vic says, in Alaska, the super north part was called Dead Horse. That was always fun for tourism. LOL, in Japan, the Suicide Forest is a major tourist attraction. Yeah, good point. Good point. Dead Horse. Oh, my God. Dang, this Anthem analog synthesizer. Warheart loves it. It's called Analog Synthesizer. It sounds great. It's got a lot of presets. It is monophonic. Or is it? Yeah. Vic says, it's just fun. Tundra and gets the time of the year with no sunlight, so it's an experience to say the least. Yeah, I can just imagine, man. I would like to go up there, either Alaska or our version of it, which I think we call Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. I do watch that airplane show. I don't know, it's called Ice Airplane or something like that, but it's a Canadian show with the airplanes that have to deal with the 30 below up there. All right, this is called Retro Wave 4. All right, this is called Ring Bass. Yeah, you can feel your eyeball fluid freezing over if you don't wear goggles. It's amazing. Yeah, I bet. I think given the choice, I'm more of a cold mammal. I mean, yeah, I'm from Canada, but we don't actually, in this part of southwestern Ontario, we're lower south than Minnesota, right? Like, we don't get maybe a foot of snow is rare where I'm at. But if I were to pick hot or cold, I'm more sort of a, chubby blubber, cold animal. If I had to choose, not to say that I'm not interested in Arizona. I want to get down there. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been to Texas. I've been to Galveston. I didn't find it hot at all, to tell you the truth. Those are just a few random days. Room shaker bass. Man, did they ever do such a good job with these presets? They really dialed these in. Someone's taken a lot of effort on these. It's called rubbernecking. It's every synth sound you'd ever want in one spot. This is called salt flats bass. It's called seasick bass. It's called Settle Down, Hoover. It's called Seventh Heaven. Says what bass? I'm not much of a synth bass guy. Vic says, one funny thing we had to train new people to Alaska was to not pull off your balaclava after morning PT until it warmed up because your sweat made it freeze to your skin and you scalp yourself. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. I have been in minus 30, and yeah, weird stuff happens to you and the earth and technology at minus 30. I know, like, a metal vehicle, like, say, like an SUV, will just sit there in the snow in minus 30, and it'll just sit and, like, you'll just hear it go, like, you can just hear the cold steel, like, I don't know, compressing. Like, the van is, the SUV is just like, I want to die. Where Hurt says, I'm too skinny to function that cold. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got a nice layer of beaver lard around my body to withstand that kind of stuff. So I am 30% beaver. All right, this is called Simple Sweep. Or Marmot. It's a singing theremin. These are really fun. A fantastic synth. Slice and dice. Slowly falling down. Vic says, the worst I had, roughly minus 65. Oh my God. With those whipping winds, it was nuts. Yeah, dude, that is not human hospitable. That's not where people are supposed to be. Hey, Vic, how long were you in the military? This is called Solar Strings. Yeah, I wonder where Mike is. Mike didn't sign in tonight. That's too bad. He might have, like, ukulele night or something. Mike has a lot of, like, outside his house social activities. I don't know how he keeps up on it all. Arctic deployment. Dang, yeah. Sounds rough, man. 6 years. Did most of my time in Alaska, but shattered my back. Ah, dude. So they got rid of me. So, Vic, like, was that in a war zone or sort of like at home, like misadventure, like, industrial accident, domestic, Warhard Art says, sad face. This is called Space Cowbell. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Parachute failure. Yeah, okay. I've heard of those, man. Yeah, shoot. That sucks, man. Now, Vic, did they take care of you at all? Or is it just like, sorry, Charlie, go find your own way, go work somewhere? This is called Speaker Puncher Bass. Ooh, I can't do that for too long, man. It's going to rock my socks off. Yeah, that's going to wake up the whole house. This is called Spray Phone. Survived the parachute failure. Yeah, Warhard. I've heard, man. I've heard of people doing it. And the other thing is, you don't even have to have a parachute failure. You can just do too many jumps and you can wreck your back, right? Vic says, well, I did have to sue the Army to get disability, but I got my retirement, so it's good. Oh, that is good. I just got to deal with VA wait times. Oh, man. That's rough. They should take care of you guys way better. This is called Springtime Lead. This synth literally has every sound you would want. Okay, maybe I do need to buy this. That's crazy stuff. Full Blast says, dang. Warheart says, that's miraculous. Yeah, one guy I knew had 450th jumps and his spine was completely fused. Yeah, man. So I don't know if you guys have seen the advertisements for DDPY Yoga. That's Diamond Dallas Page. He was a wrestler from the 2000s, I think. Anyway, his main guy, Arthur, was a Native American, and I don't know why I need to bring that into it, except that they do all the time. But anyway, a Native American veteran guy who did hundreds of jumps for the Army. Vic says, now when cigarettes, roll failure, pull reserve half deployed, so not slow enough to survive, but not slow enough to consider I had bones. Oh my God. This Arthur guy from the DDPY ads, he just had too many jumps, fused his spine. He's like 50, 40 some. He couldn't walk. Anyway, DDPY yoga was the only thing that actually snapped him out of it. It's quite inspirational if you're looking for something to watch. But anyway, just search DDPY Yoga Arthur, and you'll see this guy fix himself with yoga. And he was a paratrooper, and he was screwed. He didn't have a failure like you did, but he had too many jumps and wrecked himself. But he's okay now. Now he can like stand on his head and run, and he's actually a yoga instructor, believe it or not, now. But it's very inspirational. This is called Squeaky. This is called Staccato Joe. That almost sounds like popcorn. This is called Stacked Grunge. This is called Startled. This is called Stellar Door. Vic says, one funny joke in the Army was that if you were ASVAB waiver, dumb as hell, you qualify for 2 jobs, infantry and... Oh, man, I missed it. I'll have to check that comment when it comes back up. This is called Stereo Sub Bass. Probably going to rock my you-know-what off. No, it's not bad. It sounds fantastic. It's called Stochastic Fantastic. Yeah, AFSBB the year entry test to see your aptitude. Okay, parachute rigger. Oh man, you qualify for 2 jobs: infantry and parachute rigger. Oh boy, that's funny, not funny. This is called Stormtroop. Yeah, this synth does it all. This is called String Hypothesis. Play a little strings manually here. Warheart says it's like a packed lunch. Sheesh. Yeah, no doubt. Stroll in the Arctic. Let's hit it. Sumac Rhythm. This is called Super Groove. Vic says it's supposed to be self-correcting as to graduate. Oh my God. Yeah, that stuff's not for me, man. This is called Sweep Ring Mod. This is called Sweep Sync. Sweeping Noise Pad. Swing and Chop. If you're just joining us now, we're checking out Universal Audio's Anthem Analog Synthesizer. I got a free demo for 14 days. Warheart says, a lot of awesome fun sounds on here. Not sure if it's new sounds, mostly familiar today, but very useful. I agree, Warheart. I think I've heard all this stuff before, but dang, it's all in one spot. I would pay $49 US for this. I don't know what it costs. I'm probably not going to buy it because I don't need another computer synth, but if... yeah, I don't know. I got the free 14 days, which anybody can do if they're part of the Universal Audio ecosystem. You can check it out for 14 days for free. And we're just going through the presets, which there are many, and many are very usable and very awesome. This one's called Tape Start Stop Pad. Very simple layout. Here's your oscillator 1. You can add some sub-octave to the bottom. Oscillator 2. Warp and mod, I don't know what that is. There's your pitch mod correction. There's the mixer for oscillator 1, oscillator 2, and noise. Pink noise and white noise. This little mixer is very standard on most synthesizers. You've got chorus effects, flanger plus phaser, flanger and warble, and space effects, delay, and reverb. I don't know what this voicey thing does. There's your LFO right there, your filter envelope, your amplitude envelope, glide, tune, and final volume. So it's laid out beautifully. If this was a real synthesizer that I could put my hands on and really use, I would probably buy one. It's fantastic. But as for another computer synth, I don't need to be sitting my butt in front of a computer any more than I already do. This is called Tay-Fug. This is called That Bass. This is called The Majestic. Yeah, you're right, Warheart. We've probably heard all this stuff before. This is called Their Mungo. But there is some really instantly usable stuff here. This is called Theox Subbass. This is called Thunderous. This is called Tissue and Wrath. Why not always pack your own chute? Yeah, that's a good policy. This is called To Haunt Your Dreams. This is called Toothless Roar. I need monies. You have bass. Yes, sir. This is called Trans Hi-Hat Express. I need monies. Don't we all? I like it. Oh, well, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's a synthesizer for your computer by Universal Audio. It's called Anthem Analog Synthesizer. It's brand new. We're trying it out for free. This is called Two-Way Snare. I would like to point out that Harry Wanna Die has been in the shower for a long time. This is called Tweak Model Wheel for Speed. This is called Twirler. Likely never taught a thing because Army would rather have dedicated people for that, so less things that jumpers have to think about. I guess. This is called Umbral Kit. This is called Vacuum Seal. I don't know. I would want some hand in packing my chute. I would want some part of the qualifying, like, well, at least let me take a look at it. Let me know what a packed chute looks like, and let me look at the one I'm about to jump. What do you guys jump at, Vic? Like, I don't know. Is it 20,000 feet, 10,000 feet? I don't know anything about that. The nightmare that is your life. Last second in playing, is there a chute in my chute? Yeah. 1,350 feet on paper. Okay. I had no idea, but still, I mean, 3 feet scary. I got one of them little ladders, you know, where I can dust with, you know. I don't want to fall off that. Usually around 1,100 feet. Okay. Yeah, Warhurt makes a good point. Is there a chute in my chute? How come they just pack big beans in this thing? Yeah, I'm not great on them too. Static line. Oh, I know what Full Blast is talking about. He's talking about that line in the top of the airplane, right? I'm flying on a cliff though. Yeah, not me, dude. That's where you hook your chute to the line on the airplane, right? The cool things that can rip arms off. The cool things that can rip arms off. Oh. Oof. I'm not good with cliffs, Warheart. I'm okay with ladders about 10 feet, and then I'm screwed. Vic says, yeah, so the planes pull your chute for you. You don't swim the line. Yeah, I've seen that, right? There'd be like 8 guys, and all they got to really do is run for the door, right? It's called Wayne's Dream. This is called We Were Talking Here. This is called Well-Armed Bass. This is called What Gives. This is called Where the Willow Grows, and we'll just play this one manually. Vic says, yeah, a lot of power walk, then hop out the door, or walk out the back, depending on what you're jumping out of. Yeah, I suppose so, right? Yeah, sometimes you're jumping out the back, right? Withered Spoon Bass. Warheart, gutsy guys jumping out of aircraft. Yeah, man. Oof. I don't know. I would just pee myself and cry. This is called Wiggler. Yeah, the Chinooks, you walk out the back, given there's propellers above so you don't jump. Well, that's a good thing to know. I wonder if the first one, they didn't think of that. They're like, okay, everybody out. And they're just like, oh, yeah, propeller. That's an insane amount of presets. Oh, yeah, dude, we're doing this down in the W's. I've been going at this for an hour and a half. Or hurt. I leave a streak of brown all the way down. So that's a communication flare. We've got brown clearance. I've seen that a few times. Oh, that's a real thing. Oh, fantastic. We just got a paratrooper signal. We've got brown clearance over there. Yeah, I suppose people would be like puking and pissing and everything on the way down, crying, passing out, having heart attacks, right? You'd get a mix of everything, wouldn't you? The other funny thing that is guaranteed is someone is going to hit the medical Humvee. Oh my God. It's like freaking police academy for the military. I can't even imagine. They're in charge of your life and they're just like, guess what we're doing today, boys? You're getting an Article 15 because you're a jump refusal. Oh my God. So is Article 15 like obviously a punishment, like a demerit, or like a prison, or like what is that? So no, you volunteer for airborne usually. Okay, and I suppose there's probably a lot of guys that want to do it. There's a lot of Bam Margeras and Steve-Os out there. These are called WUB. WUB 1, WUB 1, WUB 1, WUB 2, WUB 3, WUB 4. For a minute, I thought I was going to talk like that. Marriage. Yeah, you can get demoted, half pay, extra duty, or chaptered, depending on severity. Oh, dude. Yikes. Fantastic sounding synth here. Well, I think that's about it for this. We're out of presets. I think this is a fantastic synth. A++, 10 out of 10, 5 stars, however you want to rate this stuff. They say you jump, then calculate how high. Yeah, no doubt. So, hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out tonight. I know I haven't been live for a while. YouTube says I'll make more money if I go live every once in a while. Let's see if that's true or not. Appreciate you hanging out. This has been Universal Audio's Anthem Synth, but even more fun than that is just talking to you guys, so I appreciate it. Full Blast and Numb Thumb, aka Warheart, and Harry Wanna Die, and Vic the Synth, and everybody. Yeah, talk to you guys later. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks very much. Vic says the fun part of How High was the... Oh, and I need monies. Thank you. Full Blast. Cool. Thanks. Vic says the fun part of How High was the O part when you realize the ground is coming too fast. Oh, dude. Vic the Synth, you live in a nightmare. You need to be reincarnated better next time. Work on your karma, sir. All right, everybody, have a good night. See ya. I needs monkeys. Monies. Hey, I needs monkeys. Like and subscribe, would you? I got a sign around here for that. Check that out. Look at that. Bet you that makes you want to like and subscribe, huh? I'm retired now, so now I just burn money. See ya. Yeah, see ya, everybody. Hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Talk to you later on.